students. I'm hoping this short screencast will help you in knowing how to best navigate through the course and not feel too overwhelmed by it, but be able to just work through things systematically and not feel like you're leaving anything behind or overwhelmed with the course. So first of all, what I'm showing you is a student dashboard. I've enrolled myself as a student in the course, so this should be similar to the dashboard that you see when you are when you log into iLearn and are looking at your classes. You'll have a window here on the left-hand side that lists the assignments that you have that are due soon, and it'll say what course it's for right underneath the assignment. You can click onto the assignments there and it'll take you to the assignment in the course to submit it. However, I'm going to draw a caveat that I don't think that navigating through the course by using this due soon dashboard is the most effective way to know what you're doing in the course and understand the assignments. You're going to be missing a lot of content if you just try to go off this due soon window here. Although it should alert you to things that are due soon. These are due tomorrow by midnight. Keep in mind that all the assignments for the course, pretty much, unless I notify you specifically in notes from instructor or an email that they're due by Saturday at midnight, all the work for that week. You have till Saturday at midnight. The one exception to that are discussion boards each week, that if you do not participate in discussion boards at all until Saturday, at the end of the week, you're not going to get full credit because you won't have been part of the discussion throughout the week. So for discussions, that's something you should be doing throughout the week. Choose, say, 3 days in the week that you're going to get in there and check and respond to people within your particular discussion board, and just make sure you have the last day being Saturday. Otherwise, all things are pretty much due by Saturday at midnight for the course, all of the rest of the week's work. You can click into the course over here. Ours is FD English 101, A9 Online, Fall 2015. And you can also see announcements down at the bottom, and it'll say which course it's for. If you don't see our course here in your courses list, you can click on the tab Courses and also go into the course this way. So FD English 101 for Fall 2015, our section is A9. And that is always where I would start rather than using the dashboard. Unless you know, I got to submit this assignment and that's the only reason why you're going in, then sure, use the dashboard to go right to submitting that assignment. Otherwise, start and work through the folder for your particular week and work through every single item for that week. Just to make sure that you don't miss anything. So last week we were working on the introduction, and you should have gone through each of these items. Orientation to Online Learning at BYU Idaho, Notes from Sister Carter, and read through it and watched the videos. Start here. Every folder that you see on the left-hand side represents a different week of the course. Last week we were in introduction. This current week we're in week 1. Next week we'll be in lesson 2. And each of these folders has a Start Here page. You want to read through everything on the Start Here page. It will give you the basic overview for the whole week of the things that you're going to need to do and where they're located. And then every single week is going to have a Prepare page, or in the introduction week it's a folder because there's more items, a Teach One Another folder, and a Ponder Proof folder. In the introduction week, you're also asked to update your student profile. So you should have gone through each of those things, then gone through all of the things in the Prepare folder, then all of the things in the Teach One Another folder, which include the discussion board and the discussion board leader sign up page. In order to sign up on this page, click the Edit button over here on the right and replace your name with a blank, any place where the names are blank. And then they'd show up there to sign up for a week to lead the class discussion, which is worth 5% of your final grade. So work through each thing line by line for the week. Just in general, if we were to look, for instance, let's go to our current week, lesson 1. You'd go through start here, you'd go through any of my notes, you'd go through the prepare page. Just a general word of guidance. It will serve you well if you work through all the prepare stuff, either the weekend before the next Monday or on that Monday. This is a good place to start and finish off the prepare things early in the week by Monday if you can. So for this week, you'd review this presentation and it'll take you to a new window for that. Read through all the essays, review these project guidelines, which are for the essay that's due at the end of this week, so that you're aware of what's coming up. Every week there will not be an essay due. There are 4 total major essays for the class. This is the first one and it is due this week. So you read about the guidelines to that here. The Teach One Another folder, each week will have a class discussion in it. And to participate in that class discussion, you're either going to start a new thread if you're the leader for the group or the first one posting, or you're going to scroll down. I haven't been added to a group, so you won't see any student messages down here, but you will if you're logged in as yourself, and you'll reply to the first discussion thread that was posted and respond to your peers there throughout the week. So teach one another. You want to get in there into this discussion board every week as early as Monday or Tuesday. Monday, if you're the discussion leader, as soon as your discussion leader starts the discussion, otherwise, and then participate throughout the week. So discussion boards are going to be Teach One Another folder every week. Prepare is usually going to have readings, presentations. It might have guidelines if there's an essay coming up. So you'll start on a new essay next week, but you'll just start working on it. It won't be due yet. But you'll read about it in the Prepare folder. Then the Ponder Improve folder typically is going to have a self-assessment. And you'll click on Start to complete it. I've already completed this one, so I can't click onto it. I can for Introduction Week. And you will answer the questions. Yeah, I reviewed these things for the week and I completed this reading assignment. I reviewed the syllabus. I led a class discussion, or signed up, to lead a class discussion. You'll submit it and you'll be done. So there'll be a self-assessment for every single week in the Ponder Improve folder. In week 1, our current week, there's also links to submit the Thinking About Thinking essay because that's due this week. And to submit it, you can click on rubric to see how you're going to be graded. But to submit it, you'll click on Open, and you'll either attach the file that you've saved in Word format or rich text format, or you can copy and paste it here, and then click Submit. For every one of your major writing projects, there's going to be a self-evaluation that you also submit. So again, this is only 4 times throughout the semester when you submit a major writing project. Just happens to be that the Thinking About Thinking essay, your first writing project, is due this week. To complete the self-evaluation on it, which is just you grading yourself on it, you'll click on this link, Self-Evaluation, Thinking About Thinking, doc, and it's going to download the document to your own computer, where you'll then fill it out. So you'll answer these questions. These are the self-evaluation questions. You'll give yourself a score. You can, highlight it or mark an X next to it or put it in bold. You'll give yourself the total amount of points at the bottom of the self-assessment down here. Give myself 31 or, whatever. Save it. And then you're going to, I'm not going to save it, but you'll save it. And then to submit it, you'd open this and choose that file that you've saved from from your computer to attach it here, and then click submit. And it will be here. So the last few items that are going to be found under every week's folder are further study items. These are not going to be graded on. They're just here if you want to read further. And a lesson evaluation. Again, this is not, you're not getting a grade for completing this. Course points are awarded for completing the survey. But you're not graded on the responses that you provide. So you're just going to automatically get the points just for doing it. This is just so we can get feedback about the course. It doesn't matter what your specific answers are. So you'll click start to start it and complete it just to get extra points for the course. That's going to be in every single folder for the course. Next week you'll go into lesson 2 and you should work through all those things systematically. Just keeping in mind that you want to finish prepare by Monday if you can, and get into teach one another by Tuesday at the latest, or if you're a discussion leader by Monday. Complete, there's going to be a discussion and a belief statement you're going to do next week, and then just make sure you do the self-assessment by Saturday at midnight and this evaluation, and you should be good each week. If you have specific questions about any of the items within that area, like you click onto it and you're like, what? This doesn't make sense. I don't understand what's here. Let me know. Send me a message. You can also meet with me, just to show you on my instructor profile, on Thursdays from 12 to 1 Mountain Time. You can click on this link here and I'll be in a meeting room where you can chat with me in Adobe Connect. You'll just type in your name as a guest and enter the room. Click to enter the room. So I'm also available then, but I'm happy to meet with you here in this room outside of the regular office hour time. Just email me to set up an appointment if you need to. Hopefully that is helpful, and but let me know if you still have additional questions that I can help out with about the class.